Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. If you could please join me read the Bible, please. We are reading Genesis 24. If you could please join me read the Bible. And Abraham was old and was second in age. And the Lord had blessed Abraham in all things. And Abraham said unto his oldest servant of his house that ruled over all that he had, Put I pray thee, thy hand under my thigh, and I will make thee swear by the Lord, the God of heaven and the God of the earth, that thou shalt not take a wife into my son of the daughter of the Canaanites among whom I dwell. But I shall go into my country and my kindred, and take a wife unto my son Isaac. And the servant said unto him, Peradventure the woman will be willing to follow me into this land. Must I needs bring thy son again into the land from whence thou comest? And Abraham said unto him, Beware that thou bring not my son hither again. The Lord of heaven, which took me from my father's house and from the land of my kindred, and which spoke unto me and swore to me, saying, Unto thy seed will I give this land. He shall send his angels before thee, and thou shalt take a wife unto my son from whence. And if the women will not be willing to follow thee, then thou shalt be clear. For this my oath, only bring not my son hither again. And the servant put his hand under the thigh of Abraham, his master, and swore to him concerning that matter. And the servant took 10 camels of the camels of his master, and departed. For all the goods of his master were in his hand. And he arose and went to the Mesopotamia, into the city of Nahar. And he made his camel to kneel down without a city by a wall of water at the time of the evening, even the time that women go out to draw water. And he said, O Lord God of my master Abraham, I pray thee, send me a good speed this day, and show kindness unto my master Abraham. Behold, I stand here by the wall of the water, and the daughter of the men of the city came out to draw water. And let it come to pass that this man of whom I shall say, Let drawn thy pitcher, I pray thee, that I may drink, and she shall show drink, and she shall say, Drink, and I will give thy camel drink also. Let the same be so that thou hast appointed by thy servant Isaac, and thereby shall I know that thou hast shown kindness unto my master. And it came to pass before he had done speaking, that behold, Rebekah came out, who was born of Bethuel, son of Milcah, the wife of Nahor, Abraham's brother, with her pitcher upon her shoulder. And the dismal was very fair to look upon, a virgin, neither he had any man known her. And she went down to the wall and filled her pitcher and came up. And the servant ran to meet her and said, Let me, I pray thee, drink a little water of thy portion. And she said, Drink, my lord. And she hastened and let down her portion upon her hand and gave him drink. And when she had done giving him drink, she said, I will draw near, I will draw water for thy animals also until they have done drinking. And he hastened and emptied the portion to the top and ran again into the world to draw water and draw for his camels. And the women and the men wondering at her held her peace to watch whether the Lord had made his journey prosperous or not. And it came to pass, as the camels had done this, that the men took a golden earring of a half shekel weight and 2 bracelets of a hand of 10 shekels weight of gold, and said, Whose daughter art thou? Tell me, I pray thee. Is there room in your father's for us to lodge in? And she said unto him, I am the daughter of Batu, the son of Maachah, which bore unto Nahah. And said moreover unto him, We have both straw and provender enough and room to lodge in. And the man bowed down his head and worshipped the Lord. And he said, Blessed be the Lord God of my master Abraham, who has not left this destitute my master of his mercy and his truth. I bring in the way the Lord led me to the house of my master's brethren. And the disciple ran and told them of his master's house these things. And Rebekah had a brother, and his name was Laban. And Laban ran out unto the man unto the well. And it came to pass, when he saw earring and bracelets upon his sister's hand, and when he heard the words of Rebekah his sister, saying, Thus speak the man unto me, that came unto the man, and behold, he stood by the camel at the wall. And he said, Come in, thou blessed be the Lord, wherefore standest thou up? For I have prepared a house and a room for the camel. And the Lord came into the house, and he ungirded his camel and gave straws and privilege of his camels and water to wash his feet, and the man's feet that were with him. And there were set men before to him, but he said, I will not eat until I have told my Aaron. And he said, spoken on, he said, I'm Abraham's servant, and the Lord has blessed my master greatly, and he is become great, and he has given him flocks, herds, and silver and gold, and male servant and maid servant, and camels and ass. And Sarah my master's wife bore a son to my master, whom she was old, and unto him has he given all that he had. And my master made me swear, saying, Thou shalt not take a wife to the son of the daughter of Canaanite, in whose land I dwell, but thou shalt go into my father's house and to my kindred, and take a wife unto my son. And I said unto my master, Predicher, the woman will not follow. And he said unto me, The Lord the Lord before whom I walk will send his angels with thee, and prosper thy way, and thou shalt take a wife of of my kindred, and of my master's house. Thou shalt be clear from this oath when thou comest to the kindred, and if they give not unto thee, thou shalt be clear from my oath. And it came to this day unto the wall and said, O Lord God of my master, if now thou did not prosper the way which I go, behold, I stand by the wall of water, and come to pass that when the virgin cometh for to draw, and I say to her, give me, I pray thee, a little water of potsherd to drink, and they said, both drink, and I will also draw for thy camel. Let the same be the woman whom the Lord has appointed out of master's son. And behold, I had spoken to my heart. Behold, Rebekah came with her porcher on the shoulder, and she went down to the well and drew water. And I said unto her, let me drink, I pray thee. And she made haste and let down her porcher from her shoulder, and drank, and said, drink, and I will give thy camel drink also. So I drank, and she made camel drink also. And I asked her, and she said, whose daughter art thou? And he said, the daughter of Bathi-Nahar, son whom Maachah bore unto him. And I will put an earring upon thy face, and bracelet upon her hand. And I bowed down my head and worshipped the Lord, and blessed the Lord God of my master, which thou had led in the right way to take master's brother's daughter unto his son. And now if you dwell kindly and truly with my master, tell me, if not, tell me, that I may turn to the right hand or to the left. Then Laban the Batu answers and said, the thing proceeded from the Lord. We cannot speak unto thee bad or good. Behold, Rebekah is before thee. Take her and go, and let her be thy master's son's wife, as the Lord has spoken. And it came to pass that when Abraham's servant heard their words, he worshipped the Lord, bowing himself to the earth. And the servant brought forth jewels of silver, jewels of gold, ornaments, and gave them to Rebekah. He gave also his brother and his mother precious things. And they did eat and drink, and that was with him, and tarried all night. And they rose up in the morning, and he said, send me away unto my master. And her brother and her mother said, let this man abide with us a few days, at the least time after she shall go. And she said unto them, hinder me that, seeing the has prospered my way, send me away that I may go to my master. And he said, we will call that this man require at her mouth. And Rebekah said unto her, Would thou go with this man? And he said, I will go, and sent away Rebekah and her nurse, and Abraham's servant and his men. And they blessed Rebekah and said unto her, thou art a sister, be thou mother of thousands of millions, and let the seed of the gates of which hate them. And Rebekah arose, and rode upon camel and followed the men, and the servant took Rebekah and went his way. And Isaac came from the way of the well known who, for he dwelt in the south country. Now Isaac went out of the midgate in the field of the eventude. Then he lifted up his eyes and saw, and behold, the camel were coming. And Rebekah lifted up her eyes, and when he saw Isaac, he lifted up the camel. For she said unto the servant, What man is this that walketh in the field to meet us? And the servant had said, It is my master. Therefore she took a veil and covered herself. And the servant told Isaac all the things that he had done. And Isaac brought her into her mother's tent and took Rebekah, and she became her wife, and she loved her. And Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. May the Lord bless the reading of his word. Thank you so much for joining me in read.